Good evening. I'd like to welcome everyone to tonight's council meeting. Would you please join us in the Pledge of Allegiance?
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Call the meeting to order and open the roll call.
Goodell.
Here.
Slater.
Here.
Scholl.
Here.
Rusher.
Here. Need a motion to approve the agenda as printed.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Need a motion to approve the minutes of the January 20th, 2014 regular council meeting.
Move to approve.
Second?
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Need a motion to approve the treasurer's monthly investment report and the January treasurer's report.
Those are in front of you there.
Move to approve.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Now we need a motion to approve the claims for January. Questions on those?
Move to approve.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Under communications, anything from the public in attendance this evening? If not, we'll move on to our public hearing. This being the time and place for the scheduled public hearing on the matter of the 2014 8th Avenue South Street and Utilities Improvement Project, I will open the public hearing at 5:32 p.m. Aaron?
Had the bid last week. The project had two bids. The engineer's estimate was about $240,000. That would be before the engineering fees. The two bids were $164,463 from Blacktop Service and $212,554 from Keller Excavating. With Blacktop Service, the subcontractor would be for the underground would be Reading for the project, and as you can tell, it was a very competitive bid. I think David, the engineer's comment was that he'd take those quantities all day long for 8-inch water main. So I think we got a good price on it. Nick's here. I don't know. Did you have anything that you wanted to? David's in Clarion,
Yeah.
actually. He's got a.
There was just two bids is all, but after talking with Blacktop, they actually had 5 different underground subcontractors submit numbers to them. So it is like there's more than 2 bids, even though it's with Blacktop being the main paving source, they're definitely going to go after it in town Humboldt here.
Good.
I know Wunsch bid on it, but Reading beat him out on it. So.
Right. Good people we got doing it anyway.
Yeah.
Is that what, May, or is that an early project then, or any idea when they're gonna do it?
Notice to proceed is planning on after the weather changes for just be able to construct properly, and then a 90-day window to construct it.
Okay. Any comments from the council? Do we have any written comments or objections on file?
No, we don't.
Do we have any comments or objections from the general public in attendance this evening? There being no more comments or objections on the matter of the 2014 8th Avenue South Street and Utilities Improvement Project, I will close the public hearing at 5:34 p.m. On a new business, we have Friends of the Park are requesting funding this evening.
All right. Always happy to come up here and ask for money. It doesn't always happen, but at least we think we might have an opportunity. For those that don't know me, I'm Mike Worthington. I'm president of the Friends of the Parks Foundation. We have, for the last 7 years, been kind of the conduit for some of the private funding for the aquatic center, along with some other issues as well, but I'm here primarily for the aquatic center. We started our project with a loan from USDA for $250,000 to help pay for some of the funding for the project, for the aquatic center project. We've gotten to a point where we're down to about the about $83,000 worth of pledges that have not been paid at this point, and close to about $80,000, which are, we determine are probably gonna be uncollectible. Of all, you know, and all things considered, that's not really that bad compared to what we started with. The balance of our loan at this particular juncture for that portion is $26,600 and some odd $1,000. So we have, we were asking that we perhaps get some funding from the Louthen Fund. We've used this in the past. There is some funding available, or at least we're under the impression that there's some interest available there that would help us pay the balance of this loan off and get it off of the books. That is our primary issue. Like I say, we've done over the course of the 7 years have paid somewhere close to probably close to almost $400,000, you know, $350,000 or better in loan payments, including loan for the city for past architecture fees and things like that. So we're to the point where both those loans are down at an almost reasonable amount at this point. There's still roughly $57,000 left on the city's loan, and again, only just under $27,000 for the Friends of the Parks. So that's where we're at to date. So I guess we'd like to see about at least paying off the loan for the Friends of the Parks. Request those funds from the Louthen Fund.
So you're asking for 30,000 then, Mike?
And we're asking for, well, in essence, you know, right around 27,000, but it's not quite that much. But, you know, as of to date, it's 26,631, da-da. So basically 26,700.
So this is, Aaron's just showing me a note here about Louthen funds paid to the Friends of the Park loan. These are all disbursements that has been paid from the Louthen estate toward that? Is that what I'm looking at here or not?
Not the first one, this one,
Okay, right.
this one was the
Right.
construction, but,
All the other ones
yeah,
have been?
you can see construction, first three are construction, and the last three look like loan payments. So it looks like there's been a history of three payments to Bank Iowa, I think, on this
yeah.
Friends of the Parks.
We were under the impression that the Louthen Fund would at least fund children-related activities, and so have been able to have used those funds for offsetting late payments and things like that. So we've been able to at least keep our payments current and pay everything down as much as we can. We're getting down to that point where we have maybe $15,000 that we could possibly collect, and if we do collect them, fine, we'll apply them back to the pool or other projects. But at this point, as close as it is, we'd like to just pay the loan off if we can.
So of the 80,000 that you didn't collect, and that's kind of what these other disbursements are here and stuff, then, Mike, more or less, than the other?
Yeah, really,
40 or
actually,
50,000 here.
of all the pledges that we received, the only thing, basically, we have roughly about $83,000 that have not been collected, and roughly about $68,000 of that we find are probably gonna be uncollectible altogether. You know, which, like I say, over the course of the last 7 years, we feel is really pretty good sum. You know, the payments were all really good, but there's just a few that just couldn't meet their commitments, or moved out of town, or one thing or another, so they just kind of went by the wayside, so. That's where we're
Our
at.
biggest pledge we never collected on, did we, or almost?
We collected some, and, you know, we'll just leave it at that.
Okay.
But that, again, we, at this point, we feel it's uncollectible and it's left to go. But like I say, we're this close to finishing this thing up, so we'd like to just kind of wrap it up if we can.
And the Louthen Fund, the 30,000 that he's referring to is just the interest on that, total, what, $500,000 that's in the Louthen Fund, so. It's just accumulated. As you can see, the last disbursement was July 2010. So there's been some accumulation in that account to about $30,000.
So I'm reading this right, we still have $492,000 in the, well, without the interest that's accumulated,
That includes the interest.
$462,000?
Right.
Right. And with the interest, it's 492?
Yeah.
So we're asking to take 27 out of the 30?
Just out of the interest.
Right. Need a motion for that?
Can do a motion.
I would make the motion that we do allocate enough funds to pay the loan off, or
Second.
means I don't have the amount right in front of me, 27,000 something. $27,000?
Approximately 26,582. Is that what it is?
Actually, to date, it's 26,631.21. That's as
Tomorrow will be
tomorrow.
different.
That's through tomorrow.
Got-
If
got
I
it.
figure the accrued interest
For
properly,
one day,
yeah,
okay.
or for 10 days from the last time we got this.
I would
report.
make a motion that we allocate enough money to pay the loan that's asked for from Friends of the Park.
We have a first and a second to take the money and pay the parks off. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
Appreciate your help. Thank you very much.
Next, we have a motion to approve the appointment of Rick Stein to the Humboldt Fire Department. Happy to see. Tony?
Good evening. Gordy Oder retired after 40 years of service on the department. Standing in auditing committee came up with the name of this fine young man, Rick Stein. And I bring him in front of you guys tonight for your approval. I know some of you guys know that we've lost a couple guys to the Fort Dodge Fire Department. Rick's retired from Fort Dodge, so, we're kind of getting back at him. He brings so much knowledge to the department, it's just going to be a huge asset for us, so I bring him in front of you tonight for your approval.
Wonderful. I'm
Yeah.
kind of the guys, I was surprised we could get somebody like Rick, on our, not saying you're better than everybody else. I know the asset you were to Fort, I know the asset you were to Fort Dodge anyway, and, I guess it pleases me a lot just to see
Yeah.
Tony bring you before us and stuff. I'm very, very.
Well, Humboldt's a
very
fire
happy.
department, they have a lot of good guys on here. And I know they're known around the area and around the state for, being a good department, they are.
Okay,
So
good, good.
it's a team effort there, and I just would be happy to be a part of the team. So.
You have EMT training also. don't
I
you?
do,
That's what I thought.
it's set to expire here, I just renewed my CPR at, in March, I'm an intermediate level,
Okay.
so.
That's wonderful.
You bet.
Yeah.
We need a motion.
Move.
Second. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Thank you and congratulations.
Yes.
Thank you.
To both of us. Thank you, Tony. Next, we need a motion to approve a new 12-month special Class C liquor license, beer and wine and outdoor service project for the Caribbean Coffee LLC. Everything in order, Gloria?
Yes, it is.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Next, we need a motion to approve a new 5-day Class C liquor license for St. Mary's Church effective March 26th to 30th, 2014.
Everything's new.
Everything's okay.
Mhm.
So moved.
This is for the gala.
Okay.
Second. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed. And last, we need a motion to approve the renewal of a Class C beer permit, Class B wine permit, and Sunday sales project for Duncan Corp. LLC, doing business as Dollar General Store, number 8761.
Again, everything's in order.
Great.
Move to approve.
Second. All in favor?
Aye.
We both got it.
I know I am. We're on the ball tonight.
Under resolutions, we need a motion to approve the following proposed resolution number 2014-08. A resolution accepting a bid and awarding a contract for the 7th Avenue South Subdivision Water Main and Street Construction Project, and authorizing myself to sign the contract for the aforementioned project.
One question about that before we, when the public hearing, we had it listed as the 8th Avenue.
Yeah.
And now it's the 7th Avenue. Is that what you were gonna say, Aaron? I
The
mean,
whole big
does it-
project is Seventh
I-
Avenue addition. It's called the Seventh Avenue Subdivision, and it's Eighth Avenue is where the work's being done,
Okay.
but the subdivision is called the Seventh Avenue Subdivision.
Okay, I was just curious, we had my, listed wrong there. Okay.
Just simply awards the bid to Blacktop. That's it.
Move to approve?
Second?
Roll call vote?
Goodell,
Aye.
Slater,
Aye.
Scholl,
Aye.
Rusher.
Aye. Next, we need a motion to approve the following proposed resolution number 2014-09. A resolution approving supplement number 3 to the professional services agreement with WHKS and Company of Mason City, Iowa for the general construction administration services for the proposed Sumner Avenue Bridge project.
I've actually asked Stan, sorry.
Take the podium, Stan, and tell us what's going on anyway, I guess.
Well, thank you for letting me come to you tonight to kind of talk to you a little bit, give you an update on the Sumner Avenue project, and I'll go over this, as much of the supplement as you want me to, I guess, and just kind of give you an idea of what's all in there. But just to give you an update on the status, the project is scheduled for letting on February 18th. And so once, and that all goes through the Iowa DOT, so you guys will not have to deal with any of the details of the letting. But once the project is let, then you will need to act on whether you will accept the bid or not. And I assume that with it being on the 18th, you'd probably do that your first meeting in March. Then it usually takes roughly about a month to get all their paperwork in order, and then they can be hopefully they could start construction as early as the beginning of April. However, there actually is a late start date of like May 19th on it, so they don't have to start until May 19th. In fact, they can start after May 19th, but on May 19th, you'd start charging them working days. And the Office of Contracts at the Iowa DOT established the amount of working days, and they established a contract period time of 110 working days, which is the basis of our supplement number 3, because